Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. From 1966 to 68, the Monkees were joined by many guest stars on their show. My top 5 favorites ran the gamut of the entertainment industry. At number 5 was Julie Newmar as April the Laundry Lady in Monkees Get Out More Dirt. Wally Cox also makes a quick cameo in the opening segment. Number 4 was Bobby Sherman playing a stuck-up beach blanket movie star in Monkees at the Movies. Beach scenes from this episode were used during the show's main opening theme. Number 3 would be when Liberace appeared in Art for Monkeys' Sake, smashing his piano with a sledgehammer, which of course was gold-plated. Number 2, Burgess Meredith as the Penguin makes a cackling cameo in The Monkees Blow Their Minds. The episode's opening has Frank Zappa and Mike Nesmith doing a strange ad-lib parody skit in which, with Nesmith conducting, Zappa plays The Car, also with a sledgehammer. And being a classic horror fan, my number 1 guest star was the Wolfman himself, Lon Chaney Jr., who appeared in the episode Monkees in a Ghost Town. With fellow bank robber played by Len Lesser, they capture the boys while hiding out, waiting to meet up with the big man, who turns out to be Rosemary. While there were obviously more great guest stars on the show, these to me are the top 5. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. The Partridge Family ran for 4 seasons from 1970 to 74. And here's a few things that you may not have known about them. In their first season, the opening song had different lyrics and a different title. It went from When We're Singing to Come On, Get Happy. Originally, Shirley Jones was the only actor that was supposed to sing on the show. That was until they heard David Cassidy sing on the demos. And still, he said they used to speed up his voice for the albums to give him a more youthful sound. In 1971, even though the Partridge Family was a fictitious group, they still got nominated for a Grammy as Best New Artist. It probably would have been a bit awkward had they knocked out the Carpenters for the award. Well, perhaps the Partridge Family's most amazing feat was to knock the Jackson 5's I'll Be There out of the number 1 slot with I Think I Love You. Well, a Grammy nod and a Jackson bump is quite an achievement for a band that only existed on your TV screen. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. The Monkees, co-starring Michael Nesmith, Davy Jones, and Peter Tork, was on the air from 1966 to 68. And while many might think the show is where Micky Dolenz got his big break, he had actually established his TV career much earlier. At age 11, with the stage name Mickey Braddock, he had the lead role on the 1956 show Circus Boy. In 1959, he appeared in a live broadcast on the show Playhouse 90. This episode, The Velvet Alley, was written by Rod Serling and co-starred Art Carney, Leslie Nielsen, Burt Reynolds, Diane Cannon, and Jack Klugman. Having acquired musical experience, in 1966, Micky Dolenz landed the part as the singing drummer on the Monkees. And he sang 2 of their number 1 hits. On their debut, it was Boyce and Hart's Last Train to Clarksville. And on their next LP, it was Neil Diamond's I'm a Believer. Although he's enjoyed a lifelong career in showbiz, the name Micky Dolenz will always be synonymous with the beloved classic TV show, The Monkees. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. As a big fan of gag reels, I recently came across a great video of bloopers and goofs from the Partridge Family. It was posted by the cherished David Cassidy channel on YouTube. This 20-minute long treasure trove of outtakes has it all, from blown and bleeped lines, laughing and yawning attacks, as well as funny hair flipping and lip-licking sequences. You'll have to see what I mean. So I'll leave the link to it in my description and hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. As seen in this video, even the best in the business can screw up their lines, even though that never really happens to me. I recently came across a video posted to YouTube by the YouTube channel. Hanna-Barbera awkwardly just spy. Hanna-Barbera awkwardly just Lost in Space started out as it began as a dramatic sci-fi adventure to the hyper-colored camp craze of the 1960s. But after the first season, it gradually took to the of the 1960s. Tricked into thinking, while the Promised Planet wasn't as historically memorable as, say, the Great Vegetable Rebellion, Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. I'm not just a huge fan of many retro TV shows, but also a lot of their theme songs. Rightly so, some of these pieces made it into mainstream radio and became huge hits. I thought I would share with you my top 5 favorites. At number 5, it's Secret Agent Man, performed by Johnny Rivers. This classic rock and roll spy tune made it to number 3 on the charts in 1966. Number 4 is Waylon Jennings' 1980 tune, Good Old Boys from the Dukes of Hazzard. It hit the top 30 in the pop charts and went to number 1 in the country category. My third favorite was the Hill Street Blues theme by the successful TV theme writer Mike Post. It broke into the top 10 in 1981. Number 2 is from the 1960s TV show which inspired many people like me to become musicians, the theme from the Monkees. And my number 1 favorite is yet another Mike Post 1981 classic. This one made it all the way to number 2 on the charts with lyrics by Stephen Geyer and sung by Joey Scarberry. It's Believe It or Not from The Greatest American Hero. I was on my first job in a record store when that single came out, and I remember it sold so well we couldn't keep enough copies in the store. So that's the list of my top 5 favorite hit theme songs. What were some of yours?